Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. As we're heading into the weekend, we might have a few more exciting hours today, but I think we've probably seen most of the price action today, which was quite interesting, quite positive. Again, some nice volatility came in. We had a break of a trend line. We had some good signals today. After the market moved just sideways for a few hours, we then saw a surge and a breakout above our trend line that we talked about in the first video today. Yeah, actually that trend line broke initially like that and the price couldn't hold above it. But then we had another breakout. And it doesn't matter if you left the trend line as it was, as mentioned in the last video, or if you adjusted it. So to the last high, the trend line broke and this time the price could sustain above it. And we had a nice intraday rally. Whether this is something sustainable, we will have to see. It would be great, but it obviously requires the formation of 5 waves up. I shared with you earlier today on X, on Twitter, that the market needs to form this 5-wave move up as part of a bullish structure, really in order to let's say confirm, that a larger B wave bottomed yesterday at our 78.6 retracement level there. So we already saw in the last video that the price was trying to, and also in that post on Twitter, that the price was trying to break above it. That's the one, that was the breakout that didn't hold, but the market then still fulfilled this diagonal pattern. Oh, not the entire diagonal, but we formed a third wave now. So we talked about the 59,560 level. That's the, let's call it minimum expectation for a third wave, and that's been reached. So the price has fulfilled the requirements for a healthy third wave, which means I've added micro support now for wave 4. We go to the live chart now. Quick reminder, we have now launched the poll here on Twitter. You can vote for a coin for me to analyze just on Twitter. These are coins that I normally don't cover on YouTube, so there's always the chance to see an analysis that, I don't cover on YouTube. So at the moment, Tau seems to be leading, but there are only 85 votes. We literally just launched it. So you can vote for it if you're interested. You'll find the link in the description to our Twitter account. Yeah, and what's going on now? So obviously, this is only a 3-wave move up. So I could still label it an ABC. Just to highlight, be on the side of caution here. It is still an ABC structure, But if we get 5 waves up, then we have a chance. And the white wave count here, this diagonal pattern, let me draw it again for you. Wave 1, wave 2, and then A, B, C in wave 3. Then wave 4 and 5. That's needed to confirm that the B wave bottomed yesterday, and that we are in our C wave to the upside. So these 5 waves that you can see there on the chart in white, and again, we don't have 5 waves yet. I need to see those 5 waves for that confirmation. But these 5 waves, if I zoom out a little bit, would most likely be wave 1 of wave C. Then we can watch for a wave 2 pullback. I will then add the next support zone for a 1-2 setup, Then we should get a wave 3 of 3, then a wave 4, and then a wave 5. Only then we complete wave C of 3. And this needs to reach round about 66.9K. So you see, we're still very much in the beginning of this structure. This sometimes can happen very quickly if the price just escalates. But for now, we are forming very, very ugly structures. I did say it before and I say it again. The structures are very fragile here, but we still have some parameters to watch. Parameters to watch today were the support region, it did hold. The trend lines broke, and we've now arrived at the key target for a third wave, 59,560, the first ideal target, which means I added the next support zone, which is now defined between 58,150 and 58,780. What does that mean? That means if we maybe see on the weekend a bit of a pullback now, which seems likely, then we shouldn't break below that level. Doesn't mean we won't, it just means we shouldn't, to keep up the idea of a diagonal pattern. And I think it's a healthy mindset at the moment to expect new lows, but with expect I mean to plan for it. yeah, not to predict new lows. I think that is that's crystal ball thinking. That's kind of silly. What we do, we focus on price action, and we are holding above support. So we go with a pattern. The pattern can of course be traded. I always say don't trade the counts, trade the levels. So for example, it would have been reasonable to look for long trades in the support zone, yeah, or maybe a long trade out of the breakout structure I shared with you earlier today. Now that we are in resistance, risk is high again, okay? But we are at a very exciting point. Why is that? Because we're now at that point where we started the sell-off yesterday, where the volume came in yesterday. And I think we talked about it in the last video where I highlighted to you when the volume started, if we break above it, and the bulls, that would be quite an achievement for the bulls, and it could maybe lead to a mini short squeeze, especially if we push above these levels. We haven't pushed above them yet, the yellow line. That's here at around 59,900 roughly. And we keep pushing, right? We keep pushing. So it's a very interesting Friday, late Friday. After pretty much most of the trading day was just sideways, we now see a bit of action. Again, nothing unusual. Pretty much what happened yesterday, that 4% sell-off, has been gained again. Yeah, and we're basically where we started yesterday. So nothing, you could say nothing too exciting happening, nothing particularly surprising. We see choppy price action. But if you're caught in the chop, maybe trade a different time frame, right? I think this can be traded quite well on the really small time frames. But you don't want to be caught in the chop. Or on the larger ones, right? Where you just relax, lean back, and you just add a bit here and there, and then you sell a bit here and there when the market is in resistance. But there is no sign at the moment that this rally has finished. But I think on the weekend, whether we push a little higher now or not, so again, very key point here to watch, whether we push a little higher or not, weekend price action could be consolidation in wave 4. And yeah, I mean, the wave 2 took a day or so, roughly. So, oh no, that was not the wave 2, that was the B wave. So it might not take that long, actually. Okay, so we'll see. You know, it doesn't need to take that long then, the wave 4. But maybe Saturday wave 4, we often get these wave 4 weekends. And then the wave 5 to the upside could be a final push to form the 5-wave pattern. However, it is wise to, as I said, like plan for new lows, as long as we don't have a 5-wave move to the upside, because we need those 5 waves to be able to add, let's say, the next reliable support zone. This is just micro support within diagonal, not very reliable, but still you can watch for it, and you can use those parameters. So that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.